What if I told you that your body already has a built-in system to burn fat, clean out damaged cells, balance blood sugar, and even sharpen your mind, and most people never turn it on? That system is fasting. Now, before you think this is just another trend, stay with me. Because what really happens inside your body when you stop eating for a period of time is powerful. And for men over 50, it can make a real difference. As men age, a few things start to work against them. Metabolism slows down. Belly fat becomes harder to lose. Blood sugar creeps up. Energy drops. Sleep gets lighter. Many men notice brain fog. Some feel stiff when they wake up. Others struggle with blood pressure or weight gain that seems impossible to reverse. A big reason for this is insulin resistance. Over the years, frequent eating, especially refined carbs and sugar, keeps insulin levels high. When insulin stays high, your body stores fat instead of burning it. Inflammation rises, energy dips. The body stays in storage mode instead of repair mode. Fasting changes that. When you stop eating for several hours, insulin levels begin to fall. Once insulin drops, your body switches fuel sources. Instead of burning glucose from food, it starts tapping into stored fat. That is when real fat burning begins. After about 12 hours without food, your body moves deeper into fat burning. Around 14 to 16 hours, many people enter a state where the body produces ketones. These are clean burning fuels made from fat. Ketones can sharpen mental clarity and provide steady energy without the ups and downs of blood sugar spikes. But here is something even more important. As fasting continues, your body activates a process called autophagy. This is like cellular cleanup. Old, damaged parts of cells get broken down and recycled. Think of it as internal housekeeping. For men over 50, this is especially helpful because cell repair slows down with age. Supporting this process may help the body stay stronger and more resilient. Fasting also supports growth hormone production. Growth hormone helps preserve muscle mass and burn fat. That matters a lot for men after 50 because muscle naturally declines with age. More muscle means better metabolism, better blood sugar control, and more strength. Now let me be clear, fasting does not mean starving. It does not mean skipping meals randomly or ignoring your nutrition. It means giving your body structured breaks from constant eating. Many men snack late at night. They eat early in the morning. Their body never truly rests from digestion. When you shorten your eating window, you allow the body to shift into repair and fat-burning mode. You do not need extreme fasting to see benefits. Even a simple 12 to 16-hour fasting window can begin to make changes. The key is consistency and doing it in a way that supports your overall health. In the next part, we will talk about how to time your fasting properly, what to drink during your fasting window, and how to make it safe and effective for men over 50. Now let's talk about how to actually do this the right way, because timing matters. Most men over 50 do not need extreme fasting. In fact, pushing too hard can backfire. The goal is not to shock your body. The goal is to train it. A simple place to start is a 12-hour fasting window. For example, if you finish dinner at 7 in the evening, you would eat your first meal at 7 in the morning. That alone gives your body a break from constant insulin spikes. For many men, this already improves morning energy and reduces late-night snacking. Once that feels comfortable, you can gradually extend to 14 hours, then maybe 16. A common schedule is eating between 11 in the morning and 7 in the evening. That gives you a 16-hour fasting period overnight and into the morning. During that time, insulin stays low, fat burning increases, and the body shifts into repair mode. But here is something very important. What you eat during your eating window determines your results. If you fast 16 hours and then break your fast with processed carbs, sugar, and heavy fried food, you cancel many of the benefits. Your first meal should focus on protein, healthy fats, and fiber. This helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps you satisfied. For men over 50, protein is critical. As we age, we lose muscle mass more easily. That is called age-related muscle decline. To protect muscle, you need adequate protein at each meal. Eggs, fish, chicken, lentils, nuts, seeds, quality dairy if tolerated. These support muscle and steady blood sugar. Healthy fats are also important. Olive oil, avocado, nuts, fatty fish. These support hormone balance and reduce inflammation. Now let's talk about what you can have during the fasting window. Water is number one. Stay well hydrated. Dehydration can cause fatigue, headaches, and even increase hunger signals. Black coffee is generally fine during fasting. It can actually support fat burning, but avoid adding sugar or flavored creamers. Those break the fast. Plain tea is also fine. Green tea, herbal tea, black tea without sweeteners. Again, keep it simple. Electrolytes can be helpful for some men, especially if they feel lightheaded at first. A pinch of natural salt in water can support hydration. Many men mistake low electrolytes for hunger. Now let's address a common concern. What about blood sugar? For men who have elevated blood sugar or type 2 diabetes, fasting can be helpful. It can improve insulin sensitivity over time. But if you are on medication that lowers blood sugar, you must speak with your healthcare provider before making changes. Fasting while on certain medications can cause blood sugar to drop too low. Another key point is sleep. If you eat too late at night, insulin rises before bed. That can interfere with deep sleep. Stopping food 3 to 4 hours before bedtime often improves sleep quality. And better sleep improves testosterone levels, growth hormone release, and overall recovery. And here is something many men overlook. Stress can block the benefits of fasting. If you are highly stressed, not sleeping, overworking, and then trying to fast aggressively, your body may respond by raising cortisol. That can actually increase belly fat. So fasting should be paired with stress control. Simple breathing exercises, walking outdoors, light strength training, these support the process. In the next part, we are going to go deeper into what really happens hour by hour inside your body during fasting and how it impacts metabolism, inflammation, and long-term health. All right, now let's go a little deeper. I want you to understand what is really happening inside your body hour by hour when you fast. Because once you understand this, it makes a lot more sense why it works, especially for men over 50. Let's start at the beginning. The first 4 hours after you eat, your body is in what we call the fed state. Insulin rises. Your body uses glucose from that meal for energy. Any extra glucose gets stored in the liver and muscles as glycogen. If there is more than your body needs, it gets stored as fat. Between 4 and 12 hours after your last meal, insulin gradually begins to fall. Your body starts using stored glycogen for energy. Think of glycogen as your short-term fuel tank. During this phase, many men start to feel a little hungry, not because they need food, but because their body is used to frequent eating. Now here is where it gets interesting. Around 12 hours, glycogen stores begin to run low. Insulin levels are lower. The body starts looking for another fuel source. This is when fat burning begins to increase. Stored body fat is broken down into fatty acids, which the liver converts into ketones. These ketones become a steady fuel for the brain and body. Many men report clearer thinking at this stage, less brain fog, more steady energy, no afternoon crash. That is because ketones provide a stable energy source without the spikes and drops that come with high-carb meals. Between 14 and 16 hours, fat burning becomes more active. Inflammation markers may begin to decrease. Blood sugar stabilizes. For men dealing with abdominal fat, this is powerful. Belly fat is strongly linked to insulin resistance and inflammation. Lower insulin helps unlock that stored fat. As fasting continues, autophagy begins to increase. Now I want to explain this simply. Every day your cells accumulate damage. Proteins get misfolded. Mitochondria become less efficient. Waste builds up. Autophagy is the body's recycling system. It breaks down these damaged parts and clears them out. When you eat constantly, the body focuses on growth and storage. When you fast, it shifts into repair and cleanup. For men over 50, this is critical. Cellular repair slows down with age. Supporting this natural cleanup process may help improve resilience and overall health. There is another hormone that changes during fasting: growth hormone. As insulin drops, growth hormone tends to rise. Growth hormone helps preserve lean muscle and encourages fat breakdown. This is important because after 50, men naturally lose muscle mass each year if they are not actively maintaining it. Muscle is your metabolic engine. The more muscle you preserve, the better your blood sugar control and metabolic rate. Now let's talk about inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is common in aging men. It is linked to joint stiffness, fatigue, and many long-term health concerns. When insulin levels stay high and blood sugar fluctuates constantly, inflammation increases. Fasting helps lower insulin and stabilize blood sugar, which can reduce inflammatory signals in the body. Another major benefit is improved insulin sensitivity. When you fast regularly, your cells become more responsive to insulin. That means your body does not need to produce as much insulin to move glucose into cells. Over time, this can help reduce the strain on the pancreas and support healthier blood sugar levels. And here is something many people do not realize. Fasting also gives your digestive system a break. Constant eating keeps your gut working all day long. When you allow time without food, the gut can focus on repair. This may improve bloating, indigestion, and overall gut health for some men. Now I want to make something very clear. More is not always better. Longer fasting does not automatically mean more benefits. For many men, especially over 50, a consistent 14 to 16-hour fasting window done several days a week is enough to see changes in energy, weight, and blood sugar. In the next part, we will talk about common mistakes men make with fasting, who should avoid it, and how to combine fasting with strength training and daily habits to get the best results. Now let's talk about the mistakes, because this is where many men over 50 get into trouble. The first mistake is jumping in too fast. Some men hear about the benefits and decide to skip food for 24 hours right away. That can leave you dizzy, fatigued, irritable, and discouraged. Your body needs time to adapt. If you have been eating every 3 hours for years, your system is trained to expect constant fuel. Ease into it. Start with 12 hours. Then slowly extend. The second mistake is not eating enough protein. This is a big one. After 50, muscle mass naturally declines each year if you are not supporting it. If you fast and then eat very little protein, you risk losing muscle instead of fat. That slows metabolism and makes long-term results harder. Each meal should include a solid protein source. Eggs, fish, lean meats, beans, lentils, Greek yogurt if tolerated. Aim for enough protein to support muscle repair, especially if you are doing strength training. Which brings me to the next key point. Fasting works best when combined with resistance exercise. Lightweight training 2 to 4 times per week can help preserve muscle and improve insulin sensitivity. You do not need long sessions. Even 20 to 30 minutes of basic movements like squats, push-ups, light dumbbell work, or resistance bands can make a real difference. Walking is also powerful. A simple brisk walk after your first meal can help stabilize blood sugar and support fat burning. Another common mistake is breaking the fast with the wrong foods. If you end your fasting window with refined bread, sweets, or sugary drinks, your blood sugar will spike quickly. That leads to a rapid insulin rise and can make you feel tired soon after. Break your fast gently. Start with protein and healthy fats. Add fiber-rich vegetables. Then include complex carbohydrates if needed. Hydration is another area people ignore. During fasting, insulin drops and the kidneys release more sodium. That can cause mild dehydration. If you feel headaches, fatigue, or muscle cramps, you may need more fluids and a little natural salt in your water. Now let's talk about stress and sleep again. If you are sleeping 5 hours a night and living under constant stress, fasting may feel harder. High stress raises cortisol. Elevated cortisol can increase blood sugar and make fat loss more difficult. Before extending fasting windows, make sure your sleep is consistent. Aim for 7 to 8 hours if possible. Keep your room dark and cool. Avoid heavy meals late at night. There are also certain situations where fasting should be done carefully. If you are underweight, have a history of eating disorders, advanced kidney disease, or are on medications that require food at specific times, you need medical supervision. If you have type 2 diabetes and take insulin or certain blood sugar medications, speak with your healthcare provider before making changes. Adjustments may be necessary. One more thing. Listen to your body. Hunger waves come and go. They usually pass within 15 to 20 minutes. But if you feel weak, shaky, confused, or unwell, that is different. Fasting should feel manageable, not extreme. For many men over 50, the goal is not aggressive weight loss, it is metabolic health. Stable energy, better blood sugar control, less belly fat, improved mental clarity. In the final part, I will bring everything together and show you a simple weekly plan that many men can follow safely. along with lifestyle habits that enhance the benefits of fasting long term. Tell me when you are ready for the last part. Because knowledge is powerful, but action is what changes your health. If you are a man over 50, the goal is not extreme fasting. The goal is consistency, muscle preservation, steady blood sugar, and long-term metabolic strength. Here is a simple weekly approach that works for many men. Start with a 14 to 16 hour fasting window 5 days a week. For example, finish dinner at 7 in the evening. Have your first meal around 11 in the morning the next day. During the fasting window, drink water. You can have black coffee or plain tea. Stay hydrated. On 2 days of the week, you can shorten the fasting window slightly if needed. This prevents the body from feeling overly stressed and keeps the routine sustainable. Your first meal should center around protein. Eggs with vegetables and olive oil, Greek yogurt with nuts and seeds, grilled chicken with salad and avocado. Keep it balanced. This sets your blood sugar steady for the rest of the day. Your second meal should also include protein, healthy fats, and fiber. If you include carbohydrates, choose whole food sources like beans, lentils, sweet potatoes, or fruit. Avoid heavy processed foods, especially late at night. Now let's add movement. 2 to 4 days per week. Include resistance training. It does not have to be complicated. Bodyweight squats, push-ups against a wall or bench, light dumbbell rows, resistance band exercises. The purpose is to stimulate muscle. Muscle improves insulin sensitivity and keeps metabolism active. On most days, walk. 10 to 20 minutes after meals can help control blood sugar spikes. Walking also reduces stress and supports heart health. Sleep is not optional. Deep sleep supports growth hormone release. It supports muscle repair. It helps control appetite hormones. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bed when possible. Dim the lights in the evening. Limit screen exposure before sleep. Manage stress intentionally. Simple breathing exercises can calm the nervous system. Slow, deep breathing through the nose for a few minutes lowers stress signals. Time outdoors, sunlight exposure in the morning, and staying socially connected all support hormonal balance. And here is something very important. Fasting is a tool. It is not magic. If you fast but overeat highly processed foods, do not move your body, and sleep poorly, you will not see the full benefits. But when fasting is combined with strength training, proper nutrition, hydration, and good sleep, the effects can be powerful. Many men notice reduced belly fat over time, more stable energy, clearer thinking, less joint stiffness, better blood sugar numbers. These changes do not happen overnight. They happen gradually, week by week. Start simple. Be consistent. Adjust as needed. Your body was designed with powerful repair systems. Fasting simply gives those systems time to work. If this information helped you understand what really happens in your body during fasting, share it with someone who needs it. And most important, take one small step today. Your health after 50 is not about decline. It is about discipline, balance, and smart habits that support your body for years to come.